Hey guys, this is Shane here with another Dubs Hardware key fob install. This one's for the newer Honda key fobs. So anyone from a 2013 to a 2022, just make sure it's got the white buttons right here, and it should fit. You know, there's another style that has black buttons, but we're going for the ones that are white or, you know, a little bit of gray buttons. So this is from 2013 to 2022. Accord, Civic, CRV, Pilot, Insight, Odyssey, Passport, Ridgeline as well. So just any of those, you just have to take a look at our fitment list. So I'll go ahead and get on the install. So this is what it'll look like when you're done. We also have another bottle opener metal attachment point at the top right here, so you can go ahead and see, you know, it's really nice, high quality, perfect button presses. We have them recessed right here, so that you can't do the accidental button press. So we got the spare key on this one right here. So see, it locks right in, no wiggle, no play, as usual. So I'll go ahead and get into the install. So this is your OEM fob, so it'll fit. Also, let me go over the fitment. So this is a 4-button version. So this is a 5-button version. Then it also fits another 3-button version. So like these, the lock button and the unlock button are very big. So it just takes up the same amount of space right here. So yeah, just make sure that it'll fit. So it'll be a 3, 4, or 5-button. So let's go ahead and get into the install. So just go ahead and go over here to the back on your OEM key fob. So go right here, let's put your key blade just right there. Just twist that like so. And just go ahead and set that to the side. And this could be a little bit of a tricky part right here. So there's a spring inside of here, you know, the key retention mechanism in here. So this little metal piece will come out. So let's go ahead and you can see it. Get it to focus right there. So see that little tab, that little black tab? It's right there. So this actually comes out, slides out the top. So we're gonna go ahead and take this black tab out. So I just get like a little pry tool, a little small screwdriver. I like to keep my thumb over it so that the spring won't fly out. So see, just like that. So see, this piece looks just like this. We'll be reusing this piece. See the spring down in there, and then the lock piece. So just leave that in there just like that. So then we'll also remove this right here. See, it just slides right out. If you got the right tools for the job, it's a real easy process. Shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. So just take that out, set that right there. And then obviously, you know, we'll get this right here. Let's go ahead and just take that out. So we'll be reusing the gaskets, the buttons, and then obviously the electronics board. So it's a CR 2032. You can change that out. I always recommend to do that. So we have red and black fobs. I'm gonna go with the red. So go ahead and get this lined up. So this is what it'll look like. So put this to the side, put this to the side. So it was like this. Let's go ahead and slide that in there just like that. There's this piece right here. So just make sure you get it right. So there's a little bit of a curve. See, this one's got the hold in there. So this has got a little bit of a curve to it. You can sort of see it right there. So that goes out. So make sure this is right. So let's go ahead and put that in there. So make sure it won't wiggle around. Well, yeah, then we're gonna do like this. This can be a little bit tricky, just make sure you get it right. Let's see if we got it right. So yeah, that's the right way. Get that in there like that. Get this other button. Actually, it's gonna go over here. So make sure that these white buttons are on the outside. So just like that, fit perfect. So that's gonna fit just right. And get the gasket in there. Get all the hair off of it. So press that down in there just like that. And then the electronics board. Just like so. So go ahead and get that in there. Well, forgot one button. Forgot this hold button. Hopefully this doesn't mess everything up, but yep. So hold button. So we have a perfect fitment, so whenever it goes in there, you can sort of hold it upside down. It's gonna fit perfect. Go ahead and get your lock piece right here. So this is going to be going up like this. We'll be sitting down in there just like that. But we gotta get this spring. So make sure you can see this. The spring back in the lock piece just like that. And here is our lock piece. So you could put this other metal piece right here, but I'm not going to. This is just for a backup OEM, you know, backup attachment point, but we're gonna have our metal attachment point up here, so I'm not gonna put it in there. So what I like to do is make sure that this piece is like a press fit down in this slot. So what I like to do is get this, hold the fob like this, bottom up, and get this side pushed down in here first, and then it should just pop down right down in there. So do the right side with the bottom facing up. Do this right side, press that down, and then push the left side in, and it should be no issue going right in. So you can go ahead and test, make sure it works with it all apart. See your lock piece right there. So there you see that working perfectly. So go ahead and go back and get your other half, two halves together. So I'll go ahead, see this right here, there's a little bit of extra plastic right there. If you just, this should have not been here. It should be, it's a minor manufacturing defect, but if it's right there, it shouldn't be right there. We've QC'd a lot of these. But see this right there, that real little thin piece of plastic, that shouldn't be there. So it's not gonna affect anything as far as the performance of this. So just make sure that it's straightened out right there, and it should be no problem. Here's our hardware, along with takes the key. So if you don't want to use a bottle opener attachment point, you can also put in our placeholder piece. I'm going to do the bottle opener because it makes it definitely cooler. If you don't like it, that's fine, but wanted to get both options for those two types of people, bottle opener or not. So I'll go ahead and I like to do one of the top ones up here and then one of the bottom ones. I like to leave them loose to start with, and I'll go back and tighten them all up once I get the two halves aligned properly. So, see that right there? We can go ahead and go down. So we can tighten pretty good. I always like to tighten like this, so I don't over tighten, but we have metal threaded inserts, so there shouldn't be no issue at all. So let's look. Snap that in. Perfect. Test out all the buttons right here. And there you go. There's the Dubs Hardware Honda key fob shell upgrade.